stronger?
Am I what?
You good?
Yeah.
Like the big game like this, are you hoping to keep establishing going forward?
Our defensive presence, we had to defend for 48 minutes, rebound the basketball, and like yesterday, taking care of the basketball as well. And so the things we've been talking about, transition defense, rebound the basketball, half-court defense with physicality, and taking care of the ball offensively. Those are some things that we want to continue to keep building on going down the stretch.
Even through this team's kind of ups and downs of the season, Kawhi, Paul, and James are still tops in the league in points per isolation. I think James leads the league, if I'm not mistaken. How much do you maybe not want to get too far into that, but also have to lean on that a little bit when some things aren't going? You can rely on those guys to just get you buckets, kind of not in the flow of an offense, though.
Yeah, I mean, we got to lean on whatever works. In the playoffs, you got to do whatever it takes to win the game. So if we get favorable matchups we can take advantage of, we definitely want to do that. If it's ISO, if it's movement, if it's catch and shoot, whatever it is, we just got to win the game. And so it's good to have 3 ISO guys because in the playoffs the game slows down, and you got to be able to attack mismatches. And so it's a good thing to have.
If you can mentally transport yourself back to training camp in Hawaii, Utah was also there. I know a lot has changed since then roster-wise, but what have you kind of learned about your team since that training camp all the way to now?
Well, it was different. I mean, training camp, we didn't have James, we didn't have PJ, we didn't have DT, and so it's different. The things that we worked on and drilled every single day, it kind of went away once we got James, and we kind of switched the way we played a little bit. So it was a good training camp. I thought it prepared us to play a lot of games this year, be healthy most of the season. And I think having a hard training camp really helped us lock in and focus on our bodies and be able to go through this tough schedule and tough season. And so here we are with 6 games left, and we've done a pretty good job just making sure we play games. And so that's a good thing.
From a minute standpoint, do you approach back-to-backs at this stage of the season differently than you would at a different point in the season?
No, I mean, we got to win. We got to win. And so, whatever it takes to win the game. And so we're not looking at minute restrictions or, resting guys. We got to, get to where we're trying to get to. And the finish line is near, but we're not finished yet. So, whatever we got to do to win, that's what we got to do.
Todd, you guys are 4-1 in the last 5. Do you think your guys are doing those big 3 things that you've been talking about for a while now, and that's why you guys are kind of picking up these victories?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it for a long time, and it was just good to see the guys executed. I thought yesterday, that first quarter, we were terrible as far as getting back in transition, getting back with the raise of the shot. But we did a good job after that first quarter of just getting back, making a play against our half-court defense. We did a great job rebounding the basketball, and then we did a great job protecting the basketball too. So just continue to keep building on those things and getting better, and that's a good reason why we won 4 out of the last 5.
I'm just curious, seeing you isolate on the wing, isolate at the elbow, and isolate on the nail, what in your mind is the advantage you get in each of those spots, or dictates where you run the isolation out of?
Well, teams are going to double team. You try to run it more to the middle of the floor, because it's hard to double team out of the middle of the floor. So that's what teams are double teaming. I think on the wing, PG I think is number 1 in the league from that area of just posting and isoing from the right wing area. Kawhi's great on both sides, and then James, I think giving him the I think he's better in the right slot, but he thinks he's better all over the floor. It don't really matter, but just getting those guys in a position where they're more comfortable. And James is going to be more out the 3-point line, and PG and Kawhi is going to be more inside the inside the 3-point line, 17 and in. So just put them in different positions.
And Coach, last night you spoke about how big the bench was for you guys and getting you guys back in the game after being down double digits. And you decided to bring Norm off the bench as opposed to starting him against Sacramento. And did you see a big difference with him playing along with Amir, Russ, and James in that second quarter? It just seemed like you guys played with a lot of pace, and Denver wasn't able to keep up. You guys were hitting the paint, hitting guys in the corners for open shots. Did you see a big difference in that, and do you want to continue to see that moving forward with those 4 guys?
I think it's going to be something he's got to keep, playing with to the end of the season. I think starting Norm sometimes bring him off the bench. And I thought, like I said yesterday, with him coming in off the bench, we did have a good pop.
Yeah.
Got some open catch and shoot threes. Russ and Amir brought their energy defensively, and so it was good. So I think every game's gonna be different. Every game calls for something different every night, and so just gotta kind of see how the flow of the game's going. But yesterday it was good for us having this pop off the bench.
I know Kawhi's out tonight. Is there any update on him?
No, just day to day. He's progressing. He's feeling better, but he'll be out tonight.
Ty, take me back to when you were, sorry, I know you want to leave. Take me back to when you were a player. Outside of winning the West in the regular season as a 1 seed, as a player, how much did you really pay attention to standings and seeding at this time of the year? I know media, fans are all focused on it. As a player, how much did you pay attention to it?
As a player, not at all. As a
Yeah.
coach, a lot.
So do you feel that
I
now?
don't even know we had access to do all that on your phone. We didn't have all the phones.
Yeah,
check.
that's true.
You wouldn't have all that. So, I don't even know where we get the information from, to be honest. So we didn't have the phones, and you checking like scores and some rankings, and we didn't have all that. So, so as a player, I never did it, but as a coach, you find yourself doing it a lot.
Do you feel that even though there's the opportunity to do that for current players, do you think it matters to players? Do you think they really pay attention to, again, outside of winning the West?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's, with the playing situation, I think now just get in. I think, before you looked at it because you had 8 teams that were going, but now with the playing, it's just like get to the top 6, and then, we'll figure it out from there because it's too hard to look and try to jockey for position and stuff like that, especially with that playing situation.
Last one. James said yesterday that you and him had a conversation about him looking for his shot a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, yesterday he probably didn't make as many shots as he would like, but when
I
you,
would like either.
or you would like either, yeah. But I'm curious, when he is that aggressive, looking for his shot, do you notice teams defensively playing you guys a little bit differently versus when he isn't hunting his shot as much?
Yeah, because he's such a great passer. I think a lot of times we run the pick and roll, they're planning for the pass instead of shooting this 3 or shooting this float around the basket or just attacking straight downhill. And I think the more aggressive he is offensively as far as scoring the basketball, that's going to open up his great passing. And so yesterday was a good example. Like, he didn't make a lot of shots, but just the way he played with that pop, got the ball with pace, attack, got to his 13 threes, which I don't have a problem with. And so when he's playing like that, like I said, we are a different team.
Thanks, Coach.